Hi, and welcome back to the fourth video in our lesson series on how to draw the human figure. In case you missed the previous 3 videos, you can click on the link below to watch them. So, just as a quick recap, in the last videos we covered the basic of human proportion and constructed a stick figure completely from scratch. Then we took a crash course in perspective and you drew your first 3D object in perspective. So, in this video we're going to pick up from there and apply what we learned so far to draw a human figure in perspective. I'm going to show you step by step how to draw a complete human figure in 3/4 view. Okay, so let's get over to the drawing table and get started. Okay, so now we're going to draw this human stick figure in 3/4 view using the rules of perspective. We're going to start out by drawing a box in perspective, and then we'll draw the human figure inside of it. This way you'll be able to see how the rules of perspective apply to this box and to the more complicated human stick figure. Step number 1 is to draw in the box. The process will be pretty much the same as when we did it yesterday, except this time the box will be more rectangular, where this side of the box will be bigger than this side. Today I'm going to be working on a larger piece of paper. This is so that the vanishing point can be as far away from each other as possible, and also so that the figure can be big enough so that we can see it on camera. But if you're working with a regular size piece of paper like this one, simply draw the box and the figure smaller and try to put the vanishing points on the far edges of the paper. So let's get to it. Okay, so now we have our box. The next step is to draw in a vertical line in the center of this box where we will hang our figure on. To do that, we're going to draw 2 X's on the bottom plane and the top plane. And then at the intersection of each of those X's, we'll create a dot and then connect the 2 dots together. Okay, so we basically just took each corner of the box, connect them together to form this X. And then here we have an intersection, and the same thing goes for the bottom. Connect each corner, we have an X, and here's an intersection, and then we'll connect that 2 dots together. Okay, so this line is where we're going to draw the human figure. Now it's time to divide this line into 2 equal halves. Okay, and then we'll just put an X right here. This will mark the crotch of the figure. Now divide the top portion in half again. This will mark the end of the chest, and then divide the top portion in half again. This will be the bottom of the chin, and then divide this section in half. This point will mark the navel, And then lastly, divide the bottom part in half. Again. So far the process has been pretty much exactly like in the second video where we construct the human figure from scratch. So next we're just going to draw in an oval shape for the head. Okay, and now we'll draw in the chest area with an oval. And to do that, we're going to divide this segment in half and put a V right there. That marks the collarbone. And between the collarbone and the chin is the beginning of the chest cavity. So we're going to start the oval right there. And we're just going to do an oval from there to the navel. So right now it looks exactly like we're drawing it in 2-dimension, but that's okay. We're going to turn it into 3-dimension soon enough. Next, we're going to draw in the crotch area, and we'll use a circle for that. And we'll start from the navel to the crotch. Just going to draw in a circle right here. Okay, so now we're going to transform this into a 3/4 view. To do that, we're just going to create this arc line that connects the chest cavity to the crotch circle, like that. And then over here, we're going to do something slightly different. We're going to curve in like this and connect them so that the chest cavity and the crotch forms this sort of peanut shape. Now we're going to start at this point here in this arc and go upward and create this arc. And the arc is going to go up to right where the bottom of the chest is, right around that area. And then we'll bring it down like this. And it's going to connect with the oval for the chest cavity. And then we'll bring it up again, like so. Okay, so let me darken this shape that we just made so you can see it better. And this is the chest cavity in 3/4 view. Now I'm going to connect this corner of the chest cavity to this with an arc and shade it in so it looks more 3-dimensional. And let me just erase some of the guiding lines. Okay, and then we will draw this line here so that you can more clearly see that this is the front side of the chest cavity, and we're seeing it from 3/4 view. Okay, so next for the crotch area, to put it into 3/4 view, we're going to draw a horizontal oval right here, and then we'll go in slightly, and then we'll create this U shape that goes down and then back up to meet the oval we just drew, like that. And so once you erase this line right here in the middle and darken the shape, you should see that we just created a sort of hollowed out bowl that forms the crotch. So let me darken it in so you can see better. Okay, so now it's time to draw in the legs. To draw the legs, we're going to first find the hip joints, and that will be right around this area. So we're just going to put a dot right here to mark out the hip joint. And here's where the perspective will really come in handy. The other hip joints will not be completely parallel with this one. It's actually going to be slightly higher. So to find out where to put it, we're going to take the ruler and connect that hip joint with one of the vanishing point on this side, and we'll just draw a light line over it like that. And this line will tell us that the other hip joint is supposed to be right here. We won't actually fill it in because it will be covered by the crotch, but we know that it's going to start right there. Okay, so now we're going to draw from the hip joint down towards the knee. And since the knee is right here, we're going to draw another guiding line from the vanishing point. So this tells us that one of the knee is right here, and the other knee is right here. Okay, so now let's just connect the leg to the knee. We'll go down and out a little bit and then draw a straight line down towards the knee. Same goes over here. We won't have a hip joint, so we'll have to imagine it and then just draw out from there. Okay, so now to draw in the feet will be right here, so we're going to make another guiding line. So we know that the first ankle will be right here and the second one is right here. Now let's connect the knee to the feet. And for the feet, we're going to just use a simple triangular shape. We'll have the feet pointing towards each of these corners here. So this feet will point towards this corner. Okay, and it stops right there. And to find where to put the second feet, we'll draw another guiding line to the vanishing point from the end of this feet. And so we know that the second feet will end right about here. Okay, so now let's zoom in here and draw in the arm. So we know that the shoulder joints is pretty much parallel with the clavicle, which is right here. So we're going to start with the clavicle. Draw in a guiding line from this point to the vanishing point to the left. And that tells us that the first shoulder joint will be right about here. Just going to put in a dot to mark that. And we'll see a little bit of it on this side. Okay, so now let's locate where the elbow should be. We know that the elbow is slightly above the navel, and the navel is right here. So we're going to draw another line. And now we know that the elbow is right here, and the second elbow is right around here. Okay, so you notice that they're not at the same height, and that's due to the perspective. Now we'll connect the shoulder to the elbow. Do the same on this side, but we'll only see a tiny bit of the arm since it's covered by the torso. Okay, so now we're going to find the hand. We know that the wrist ends at about where the crotch is, so we'll start from this point. Draw in a guiding line. So that's where the wrist ends. We'll put a dot right there to mark the wrist. And we'll connect the elbow to the wrist. Once again, on this side, it's going to be covered by the crotch, so we're only going to see part of it. Alright, now lastly, for the hand, we're just going to put in this simple shape to mark the hand. And then to find out where the other hand should be, draw in a guiding line. And put in the second hand. Alright, so now that we have the arm drawn in, let's go towards the head. Alright, to make the head look like it's in 3/4 view, we're going to first draw a sphere inside this oval. Just draw a circle. And then towards this end of the circle, we're going to draw a smaller oval like this. And this marks the side plane of the head. Then for the lower part of the head, we're just going to start here at the sort of the edge of the oval, create a slightly straight line down for the jaw, angle it down this way, make it go across slightly, and then connect it back like this. Okay, so let me shade in this side so you can see it more clearly. Now we're starting to see that it's in 3/4 view. And to make it even more solid, I'm going to draw in this vertical line so we can mark out the front plane of the face. And there you have it. Now let's connect the head to the torso. We'll just put in a small oval right here for the opening of the chest cavity, and then draw in a small straight line from the head to the torso. Alright, so that's pretty much it for how to draw the entire human figure in perspective. Notice that all these lines on the figure all points and converge towards one vanishing point, and so it follows all the rules of perspective and looks realistic. Now go ahead and take out a piece of paper and repeat this exercise on your own. Congratulations, you just completed a figure in 3/4 view that followed all the rules of perspective. Now just practice this exercise a few more times, and before you know it, all of this will become second nature. So far, we covered two huge parts of the figure drawing success formula: proportion and perspective. In tomorrow's lesson, we're going to cover the next element in the formula, which is how to draw the mannequin. We'll learn how to fill in our stick figure to make it look fuller and move one step closer to drawing a realistic human figure. If you're already subscribed to the newsletter, you can expect that lesson in your email tomorrow. But if you're watching this and you haven't subscribed to my free newsletter yet, be sure to do that now so you don't miss out. It's super quick and simple. Just go to mydrawingtutorials.com/figure, or just click on the link or use the opt-in form below this video. And finally, if you like this video, please let me know by hitting the like button and sharing this lesson with your friends on Facebook, Twitter, and Google+, by using the social sharing buttons on this page. So thank you once again for watching. This is Ethan from mydrawingtutorials.com, and I'll see you tomorrow.